Here we have the Kershaw Oso Sweet, the 2010 update. I've already made a video on this knife, and I've also discussed the problems that I'm having with this particular specimen, which include this blade that actually kind of puts pressure up against that right liner. It's a big problem for me, and I've actually discussed it with Kershaw, and I'm in the process of getting it sent in for warranty replacement. Before I mail it, though, I thought I'd show you how I took this thing apart. I took it apart before because I wanted to try to fix this problem on my own. That's just the type of person I am, I suppose. I don't like to send things in for replacement or repair, or take them back to the store if I don't have to. If I know that I can fix it myself, I just give it a go. Sometimes I just mess it up, but most of the times I'm able to fix it to some degree. But I thought I'd kind of share that taking apart and reassembling process with you. Right now I'm undoing the screws that hold the back strap in. These are some little nuts that actually come out of that back side, and as you can see, the little screws pop out from here as well. Oh, I say that and then they don't pop out. What do you know? Is there such a thing as Murphy's Law? I'll bet you if I screw them or unscrew them a little bit, they'll start to come out. There they are. Are they? Yes, there they are. Still no? Well, there you go. This is what you get when you try to do this stuff yourself, right? You got to figure it out. But you know what? I'm happy with that. I don't mind figuring stuff out. And I don't think you should mind it either, because we're all a little better off if we can manage our own property by ourselves. Be slightly smart enough to handle this kind of stuff. Some things are a little too complex to manage, sure. I don't think this is, nor should it be. It's a doggone pocket knife, for crying out loud. I should be able to manage it, take it apart, put it back together. Right? I can do it with my computer. Why not this? Okay, so here I am, now taking this screw out. That would be the pivot screw. And I've taken all the screws out from this side. The back strap should just fall out, except that it's got the torsion bar spring that actually runs inside of here, which now will not work very well because I've taken it out. But that's fine. This actually is pretty neat design, and if you've never taken apart your Kershaw with spring assist, or SpeedSafe I think it's called. Yeah, SpeedSafe spring assist. If you've never taken apart and seen how it works, then here you are. This is how it works. It's a pretty neat, neat little system, I think. So the liner lock would be disengaged there. You push this down, and this is where the spring comes into play. You see it starting to flex there? There at the pivot, how it's moving along with the knife, moving backwards, and then gets pushed down into the handle, and it's held there. The spring actually holds it there until you release it here by pushing that down, which would throw that forward. Momentum would carry it all the way back and lock it into place. Torsion bar, let's remove that. Remove this liner here as well. Oh, and the back strap. This liner will just, it's on there pretty tight actually. They do a pretty good job of you know, keeping their parts really tight, really close together, and I think that's an advantage. And it says something about the workmanship of Kershaw, and they care about their knives, they care about, you know, how things are put together, and that they're not put together, you know, as a piece of junk. Let's put that over here. By the way, this little bar right here is actually what stops the knife. It locks between the two liners from there into this little hole here, and actually that's what keeps the knife from going any further back. So the space between this bar, I'll put it here so you can see it a little better. Space between this bar, the liner lock, and the blade is so minimal that it creates just a perfect lockup. So that's how that works. Pretty cool, I think. We'll take that bar out. Get the blade out, of course. See a little brass washer there that helps it move, a little bit of fluidity. Then the liner that actually has the lock on it we'll remove that all the way. A little plastic washer there, again, helps with the fluid movement of the blade. The last nut. And the handle. So there's all the pieces. All the pieces of the Oso Sweet, the 2010 model. Can I get it back together in 5 minutes? Let's give it a go. We'll just see. I think this is a pretty well put together knife, by the way. Quality workmanship. Wouldn't expect less from Kershaw. Quality customer service as well, by the way. I mentioned that I'm sending this in for warranty replacement because of the, well, I described the problem already. But I'm sending this in for warranty replacement, and I've already dealt with a customer service agent, someone in warranty department, and have found them to be very cordial, very helpful. And so kudos to you, Kershaw. Looking forward to the replacement and or the repaired blade. Am I missing something? No. And you know, great customer service like that goes a long way because they've won me as a customer. You know, I trust them now. I know what to get. I know what to expect from them. I know that they stand behind their product, that they care more about their customers than just, you know, $1 more. That means a lot. I think it does. I have nice things to say about Leatherman as well, but I'll save that for another video. So we've got the torsion bar back in place, the spring, and that back strap is in place, sort of. It kind of floats back there until you start to get the screws in, but that's just what it does. So let's get this other liner back on, try to get one of those screws in place. We'll see if we can get this thing back together here in the next few minutes. Let's go for the middle one first. What do you say? As long as we're going to do a bad job of it, we might as well go for the middle. Oh, look at that. It went right in. Okay, then. Let's get that nut on. I don't think you can see that very well. If I bring it in close, it won't help because it doesn't really focus. But there's kind of a small end and a larger end, and the small end goes in. That's what actually makes contact with the screw. Let's see if we can get that in place. And I think it'll help better if I do it this way from the bottom. And it does. And I'll hold it on with that finger while I switch bits and get that in there. You know what I have not done yet? I have not put in the larger one, the pivot screw, which I probably should have put in first. I don't think it matters, but let's put that in now anyway. You know, the knife isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to go. It's going to open or close if you don't have that pivot screw in place. So let's give that a go. All right. There's the pivot screw now. Not too tight. It's got to be able to wiggle, right? Got to be able to move that blade. Get these other screws in place if we can. There we are. This one as well. Just adjust that slightly in order to get that screw in there. It's going, but it doesn't want to. Just have to twist it a little bit. Shouldn't have to, but it's not perfectly lined up, I suppose. So we're almost there, and this video is almost over. I may not have time to put the clip back on, but I think you see now how this is done. It's not a big process. If you've got the right Torx screwdriver bits to do it, it's not a difficult thing to accomplish. So not only taking off the pocket clip there and putting that into a different position, but actually taking the knife apart so you can get dust out of it, lint out of it. This is going to be a pocket knife, I suppose. You want to be able to keep it clean, keep it lubricated as much as possible. Keep it a nice knife, right? And this is how it's done. This is the Kershaw Oso Sweet 2010 model. That's how you take it apart and put it back together.